get ready to go. We're doing 45 to 60 minutes of live side split stretching. We do this every single day to practice consistency, to build a little bit of community, to make it a little bit more fun for us to keep on practicing and suffering, working on our stretches together. All right. So if you're ready, let's jump on into our warm up. Okay. Slowly come up into standing. We're going to get into some hip cars. Hip cars are all about moving your legs through their maximum range of motion using your own muscle power. So you're building strength and mobility at the same time, right? Let's talk it through. We're bringing the knee up as high as we can directly in front. We're going to open up that leg off to the side. We're going to try and keep the hips in the same spot the whole time, right? If it moves a little bit, don't worry about it, but try your best to keep your hips stable, right? Next, we're going to rotate the legs so that the knee is pointing forward and the ankle is going straight back. From the side, it looks a little like this. Your leg is horizontal, right? We're going to keep rotating. We're going to bring the knee down, 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 down. Lift that ankle up as high as you can. Your hamstrings might feel like they're about to cramp, and then we're going to bring the leg down and back, right? When we bring them down and back, from the side, it looks a little bit like this. From the front, it'll look like the leg has just disappeared behind us, all right? I want you to feel the hamstrings, the glutes, and the stretch right here in the front. That is one rep. We're going to do 10 of these on the left side, 10 of these on the right side. And oh no, Josh says I just did the morning session an hour ago on YouTube, and now I'm here for the afternoon one. If you want to, do less warm up since your body is already warmed up, feel free to do so. But thank you for being here for part 2 for the day. All right, let's go. That's a lot of size, but what did I do? I demonstrated one. We're doing 10 of these. Let's go. High knee, open, ankle up, down and back. That's one. High knee, open, ankle up, down and back. That's 2 high knee. Open, ankle up, down and back. That's 3 high knee. Open, ankle up, down and back. That's 4 high knee. Open, ankle up, down and back. That's 5 high knee. Open, ankle up, down and back. That's 6 high knee. Open, ankle up, down and back. That's 7 high knee. Open, ankle up, down and back. That's 8. 2 more high knee. Open, ankle up, down and back. That's 9. Keep on going. Lift that knee high. Open up, lift it higher. Rotate the leg so that the ankle is high as you can bring it. Keep on going up, 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 up. Bring the leg down and back. Lift, lift, lift. That's 10. Whew. Whew. That is 10 hip cars on one side. Let's get ready to finish up the other side too. Stand up straight, core tight. Let's go. High knee. Open. Ankle up some more. Down and back. That's 1. High knee. Open. Ankle up. Down and back. That's 2 high knee. Open. Ankle up. Down and back. That's 3 high knee. Open. Ankle up. Down and back. That's 4 high knee. Open. Ankle up. Down and back. That's 5 high knee. Open. Ankle up. Down and back. That's 6. 4 more high knee. Open. Ankle up. Down and back. That's 7 high knee. Open. Ankle up. Down and back. That's 8 high knee. Open. Ankle up. Down and back. That's 9. Last 1 high knee. Open. Ankle up. Down and back. That's 10. Whew. Sometimes people let me know in the chat that they want me to slow down a little bit. Okay? I'm telling you, I promise, if you actually do slow it down a little bit, it will be better. But not for the reason why you think it will be better. It is because your muscles will work a lot harder holding each one of those positions up, and you'll be more tired, and that is why it will be better. All right, so for some people, it's a relief that we go fast. We're going to continue. We're going to reverse the hip cars. Let's go. The main thing that's different is we're going to go in reverse order, and it looks a little like this. We're going to start by bringing the leg down and back. Flex the hamstrings, flex the glutes. Feel the stretch in the hip flexor. Lift that leg up to the side. Rotate the knee down. Bring the ankle up. Rotate the knee up. Bring the ankle down. Bring that leg forward. That is 1 rep. We're doing 10. Let's go. Back. Side, ankle up, ankle down, knee. That's 1. Back, side, ankle up, ankle down, knee. That's 2. Back, side, ankle up, ankle down, knee, that's 3, back, side, ankle up, ankle down, knee, that's 4, back, side, ankle up, ankle down, knee, that's, is that 5 already, or would we just do 5? I don't remember. I'm gonna pretend that's 5, back, side, ankle up, ankle down, knee, 6, back, side, ankle up, ankle down, knee, 7, back, side, ankle up, ankle down, knee, 8, 2 more, back, side, ankle up, ankle down, knee, that's 9, last one, back, side, ankle up, ankle down, knee, that's 10. Whew, that is some reverse hip curls. Take a quick second here. I'm going to adjust the cameras. Go ahead, grab a sip of water. We got a whole bunch of good evenings. Keisha asks, or Keisha says, good evening, part 2. Well, I think it was good morning, part 1, and good evening, part 2, I guess, since you've been here for both lives today. And Butaz, I think, asked yesterday, do you have a six pack? I do. And has asked again. I still do. I had a big dinner, but I still do. All right, let's continue. We got hip cars, reverse hip cars. Last one, this leg. Let's go. Keep the core nice and tight. Bring the leg down and back. Lift the leg to the side. Ankle up, ankle down. Knee, that's 1. Back, side. Ankle up, ankle down. Knee, that's 2. I think this morning, at some point, I forgot we were doing reverse hip cars. When we were doing reverse hip cars, I started doing them in the regular direction. And I didn't realize until we got to finishing basically the last one. I don't even know when I switched over. Anyways, that's 4, I think. 6 more. Back, side, ankle up, ankle down, knee. If you're new to the show, you do not have to do this with crazy balance. All right, you can hold on to something. You can take your time. I mean, even if you are a regular, you can do this with holding on to something, a little bit of support. Take your time, focusing on each of the reps. I think we've done 8. 2 more. Let's go. Bring that leg down and back. Flex the hamstrings, flex the glutes. Lift the leg up. Feel that contraction right here in this muscle. Rotate. Bring the knee down. Lift the ankle up. Rotate. Bring the ankle down. Bring the knee up. Lift it higher and higher and higher, and bring that knee forward. Whew. I think that's 9, but I really overdid it on the last one. One more. Let's go. Back, side, ankle up, ankle down, knee. Whew. Those are all of our hip cars. That is our first warm-up exercise. If you're just joining in, we're doing 45 to 60 minutes of hip mobility and side split stretching. We do this every single day, Monday through Sunday at 9 p.m. Eastern time, which is 9 minutes ago when we started. And we do this every day to practice the number one skill, consistency. All right, you can have the best plan in the whole world, but if you can't follow the plan, it's not the best plan for you. So what we're doing here is trying to make a show that's a little bit entertaining, a little bit more fun, so that we can practice that consistency, so you can believe deep down inside you're a super consistent badass person. You can do badass things. All right, I think my heart rate has finally come down, so it's time to move on into our second warm-up exercise. Hit follow, hit subscribe. I think somebody just asked, is this every day? Yes, it is every day, Monday through Sunday at 9 p.m. Eastern. This exact time, every single day. All right, let's get into warm-up exercise number 2. We're gonna do some elephant walks. Come on back into standing. We're gonna fold at the hips and bring the belly button down. Relax, chill, flop over, and breathe. If your back is super tight, give yourself a couple seconds. Just inhale, exhale. Try to relax. If you're ready, we're going to add some movement. All right? You're supposed to be feeling these in the hamstrings. And if you straighten out your back a little bit, you should feel it a bit more. But we're going to add some movement to make you really feel it. We're going to bend one knee. We're going to straighten out the other leg. We're going to fold our belly buttons down towards the ground. Oof. And you're going to feel that stretch building as you do that. All right? Next, we're going to switch the knee that's bent and the knee that's straight. We're going to switch from side to side. Keep on focusing on bringing the belly button down while you're switching from side to side. Take your time. You don't have to go fast. Just enjoy the intense sensation and keep going. There's not an exact number that I want you to get to. I just want you to spend some time here, and I want to distract you with some
talking about this, that, or some other thing, and hopefully you just enjoy doing the elephant walks. All right. What do you need to know? Your hamstrings are probably feeling a lot of tension. You might feel a pull sort of up here in the glutes. That pull is probably still your hamstrings, except instead of the hamstring itself, it's probably a little bit from the tendons. All right. The tendons for the hamstring, the stuff that connects your muscles to your bones, those go basically behind and below the knee and into the bottom of your pelvis, all right, into the bottom of your hips. So if you're feeling it down here in your butt, if you stand up, you'll realize that's pretty much the bottom of your hips, right? Nice trick. We're learning some anatomy. All right. Once you've come up from that, once you've done all those, focus on bringing your belly button just a little bit deeper into the ground. Fold, 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 fold. We'll do it 5 more. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Pop into a little bit of a squat, and we're done. Come on back up into standing. That is our second warm-up exercise. We're going to move on into warm-up exercise number 3. All right. It's called thoracic rotation. The thoracic spine is here below your neck and basically around your belly button. This chunk. It's designed to move real good. Left and right. You know, the one we're all really good at. Slouching forward, opening up the chest, bending backwards, and rotating. All right. Most of us don't do enough of any of those movements aside from this one. So let's add some rotation in. We're going to get back into the position we were just in. One leg is bent, one leg is straight. We're going to take the arm from the bent leg side. We're going to reach across to the straight leg. We're going to push off that shin bone, and we're going to open up our chest. We're going to rotate. I want you to try your best to stick your hand up in the air. I want you to rotate your neck. Look at that hand. I want you to inhale, exhale, and breathe. When you exhale, try to relax, try to push a little deeper into your stretch behind you, and whew, come on down and back. That is half of 1 rep. We're going to do 5 of these in total. Let's get into the other one. Again, this leg is bent, this leg is straight. The arm from the bent leg side, this one, is reaching across the body to the straight leg. We're pushing off that shin bone. We're opening up and rotating. Look at the hand. So the neck is rotating. Breathe, inhale. Exhale, relax. Reach. Whew, that is 1 total rep. We're going to do 2, 3, 4, and 5. All right, let's go. Bent leg, straight leg. Bent arm, straight leg. Open it up. Inhale. Breathe. Relax and reach. That's 2 on one side. 2 on the other side. Oh, hi, Lola. How you doing? Inhale. Exhale, reach. 3. Oh, hi. Hey, what you doing? Inhale. Exhale, reach. 3. Keep going. That's 4. And 4. And one last time, let's talk it over. The whole thing. We're bending one leg. We're straightening out the other. We're taking the arm from the bent leg side. We're reaching across to the straight leg. We're pushing off that shin. We're opening up. We're looking at the hand. Neck is rotated. Inhale. Exhale, relax. Reach. That's 5. And other side. Inhale. Exhale. Reach. That's 5 reps. If you've never really done these before, even if you've done them before, you might feel that really intense stretch when you're rotating, and your spine might feel a little weird right now. I recommend you do a little dance. Work that mobility we just developed. Shake it out. Do a little shake. And enjoy some of that new range that you got to unlock because you tried to work it. All right. If your shoulders are tired, this set of muscles up here is tired from reaching the arm back. Don't worry about it. We don't need it for anything else. They'll recover. They'll get used to it in a couple seconds. All right. We're gonna move on into our 4th and final warm-up exercise. These are called the Cossack switch. What I want you to do looks a little bit like this. I'm gonna demonstrate it real quick. You do not have to get into it just yet. We're gonna warm up for the warm-up. I know it's crazy. The Cossack switch looks a little like this. We'll drop it into a deep squat on one leg.
and we're extending the other leg out over here to the side in sort of a side split position. Okay, we're going to sit as deep as we can get, then we're going to scoot our butts over that way. Boom. Once you're over to the other side, we're going to pause, we're going to sink a little deeper, and then we're going to come back. Boom. That's the whole thing. But for most of us, our ankles, our knees, our hips are not going to be ready. So let's prepare our warm up with a pre warm up. We're going to, everybody, join on in, get into a standing position, slowly come down into a squat, and chill, relax. All right. I want you to bring your chest down to your legs, hug your body into a little cannonball, like you're about to jump into a swimming pool, and lift your heels up. Really feel that stretch in your Achilles tendon, in your calves, and just breathe. Chill for a little bit. All right, inhale. Exhale. Sink into it. All right, now that you've been here for a little bit, we're going to add a little bit of movement. All right, try your best. You don't have to push super hard if you don't feel comfortable. All right, you can always take it more chill. But if you're ready for a little bit of a challenge, let's try and bring one knee down to the ground. Pull that other knee back. Maybe even bring the knee all the way to the ground. Then bring it back up. Boom. Other side. One knee down, one knee back. And keep on switching. We're getting a little bit of ankle mobility, a little knee mobility, a little hip mobility, all in one super crazy movement, a little rotation, a little twisted, a little posturing, feeling cool. And come on back, bring the knees together. We're going to push one leg out to the side. We're going to push the other leg out to the side. We're going to let both legs come out. And then we're going to do one more. Boom, boom, boom. And hopefully now your ankles, your knees, your hips have gotten a little bit more movement, and we can get into some Cossack switches. All right. If you need to slow it down, if you need to take a second, if you need to pause for a second, feel free to take it. But for everybody else, let's drop into a Cossack switch. I want you to stick your hands straight down into the ground. All right. Not forward, not back, just straight down into the ground. And I want you to take this leg, reach out to the side, extend it to wherever, and plant this heel down as well. All right. When this heel is down, your feet are going to be nice and strong, flat on the ground, and it's going to help you stay stable, which is what we want because we're going to do a lot of moving. All right. If you're newer to the show, stay a little bit higher up. If you're a little bit more experienced, if you're a little stronger, if you have some strength built up from other things that you've been doing, you can get real low into this position. Go ahead, take that depth. Our next step is going to be the same for everybody. It doesn't matter if you're here, or if you're here, or if you're here. We're moving our butts that way. All right. You can put your hands down to help walk your hips over to the other side. Once you get there, pause, breathe, sink into it, and then boom, come on back. If you're a little bit higher up and you don't need your hands, feel free to skip it. All right, skip it. Oh, I think that was one. I think that counts as one. All right, we're doing 10 of these. Let's go. Come on back. And then back again. That's two. If you feel like you can continue without using your hands, feel free to skip using your hands. All right, I think that was three, and now this is four. If you want to take it a little bit more advanced, we can do this. Instead of leaning super far forward, we can try and sit up real straight, try to get real tall, extend our arms in front of us to counterbalance, and keep going. I think it's five. And six. If any of these feel way too hard, you can always go back to the previous one, all right? You don't have to keep pushing. We're at six. If your knees are starting to get a little achy, we're going to change it up, make it a little bit easier with some slides. I want you to come on up a little bit, slide across, come on down, and up, and across, and down. I think this is seven, maybe? Up, across, down, and up, across, and down. That must be eight. We're going to wrap up with two squats, all right? From here, I want you to push off this leg, boom, come into standing. Slowly come on down with the other leg. Ooh, sink into it. Pause, and boom. That's nine. Last one. Down, sink into it, squish, come on up. That's 10. Last and final rep. Come on down, squish, get low, and boom, come on out of it. That is 10. We just did 10 Cossack switches, Cossack slidey things, Cossack squats. That is the last of our warm-up exercises. Hopefully, your whole body is feeling a little bit warmer, mostly your hips and your lower body, but a little bit for the spine and the arms, right? I hope you're warmed up because we got a whole bunch of stretches to do, all right? If you're new to the show and you don't know this, we're doing 45 to 60 minutes of hip mobility and live side split stretching. We do this every single day at 9 p.m., which means we started about 21 minutes ago. And we do this every day to practice consistency. All right. So if you like side splits, if you like hip mobility, if you need help practicing consistency, that's three fingers, 3 points. Make sure to hit follow, hit subscribe, keep coming back because we're live every day. Cool? All right, let's move on into our 5 stretches. The first stretch is a hamstring stretch. I recommend you go grab something to pad your knee. All right, it could be a couch cushion, it could be a decorative pillow, it could be a flip flop, it could be a dog toy. The dog is right here, just off screen. I'm looking at her. Is she gonna come take her toy? Here, you can have your toy. I'll go get a flip flop. Yesterday I used the toy, or maybe this morning I used it. Oh no, she doesn't want it. Okay. Well, I got the option between sandals and a dog toy. Alright? You don't need anything fancy for this show. You don't need anything fancy to pad your knees. If you get a little bit of stuffed animal that's been ripped apart, you can stick the stuffing right back in. Boom, padding for your knees. Alright? What we're gonna do from here is try to kneel and stand up straight. Or kneel up straight. I don't know if there's a word for this. But we want your knee to your hips, to your shoulders, to your head to be in a straight line. All right. I don't want too much of this. I don't want too much of this, where the knee is way back behind your hips, because we're not doing all that. That's too much. All right. Just stand up straight. From here, we're going to extend one leg out in front, right? Maintaining that upwards line. From here, we're not going to grab, I guess. The belly button is kind of hidden. We're going to fold our belly button down to the thigh, and that is how we're getting started. Fold, 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 fold. Fold some more, fold again, keep folding. Ooh! As soon as your muscles get tight, you go, ah! Feel free to stop, pause, breathe, and relax. All right, inhale. Relax. Let your body drape over that leg. Ooh. Chill for a second. One more. Inhale. Relax. Let your body chill and flop over that leg. And we're going to add a little bit of movement now. Okay? What I want you to do is bend the knee, bring the chest down towards that knee, and then straighten out the leg. All right? Let me show it to you again. Bend the knee, bring the chest down, straighten it out. Bend the knee, bring the chest down, straighten it out. I think that's 3. Knee, chest, straighten. That's 4. Knee, chest, straighten. Whew, that is 5. After a little bit of movement, should feel a little bit more comfortable being in this stretched out position. And what we're going to do next is go deeper. All right, we're going to inhale, exhale, and fold. So we're going to take a big breath in. We're going to slowly exhale that air. And while we exhale, we're going to fold our belly buttons down a little deeper. You ready? Let's go. Big inhale. Slow exhale and fold. Whew. Once you're a little deeper into your stretch, we're going to inhale, relax. Ready? Inhale. Relax. Let your body drape over that leg. Whew. One more. Inhale. Relax. Let your body drape over that leg. Put your hands down. We're going to add that movement back in. All right? Bend the knee. Bring the chest down. Straighten out the leg. Bend the knee. Bring the chest down. Straighten out that leg. Bend the knee. Bring the chest down. Straighten out that leg. A couple more. And 5. These don't have to be fast. They don't have to be explosive. We're just adding a little bit of movement to help our muscles figure out how to fold forward, how to relax, and how to chill so we can get deeper into our stretch. All right. Now that we've done that one time, we got one more inhale, exhale, fold. All right. Get ready. Big inhale. Slow exhale and fold. Whew. Take a mental note of where you are. Inhale, relax. Sink into that leg. One more. Inhale. Relax. And we're going to add a little bit of movement. Bend the knee. Bring the chest down. Straighten it out. You should have been getting a little deeper into your stretch over the last couple of attempts. And now you don't have to really bring your knees up very much to bring your chest to touch it. And so you might be doing these real fast now. Once you hit 5, we're ready to stop and we're ready to hold it. 30 seconds. Let's go. 29, 28,
27, 26, 25. If you're feeling a whole bunch of pressure in the knee, you can slightly bend the knee just a little bit. Doesn't have to be a crazy bend, just a tiny little bit. And that should take a lot of pressure off of the knee. It'll take some pressure off of the hamstring, but that's okay. If your knee is not hurting, you're able to focus on the forward fold and getting as much out of that first before you straighten out your leg again. Cool? I forgot to keep counting. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. That is our hamstring stretch. Bring your legs back in underneath you. Put your knee down. Get some knee protection. And we're going to straighten out and extend the other leg. All right. Boom. Leg is out in front. Remember, we're trying to get this leg going straight down so the knees, the hips, the shoulders, the head are in a straight line. And we're going to extend that leg out in front without leaning into a front split. Keep it contained. Suck it back in. And let's fold. Bring the belly button down to the side. Fold, 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 fold. Fold some more. Fold. Ugh. As soon as you get stuck, we're going to inhale and relax. All right? Inhale. Relax. Inhale. Relax. And we're going to add some movement. All right? Knee up, chest down, straighten the leg. Knee up, chest down, straighten the leg. Knee up, chest down, straighten the leg. That's 3. 2 more. Knee up, chest down, straighten the leg. Knee up, chest down, straighten the leg. That is 5. Okay. We're going to get a little deeper into our stretch now. Y'all ready? We're going to do the inhale, exhale, fold. Big inhale. Slowly exhale and fold a little deeper. Whew. Soon as you get super deep and you're like, feel free to stop again and breathe. Inhale. Relax. Let your body drape over that leg. One more. Inhale. Relax. Let your body drape over that leg and add in that movement again. Bend the knee. Chest down. Straighten it out. 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 I think that's 4 or 5. Once you're done 5, we're ready to fold a little deeper. You ready? Let's go. Big inhale, exhale, and fold. Big inhale, slow exhale, and fold. That is our second exhale and fold. We're going to do a little bit more relaxing, a little bit more breathing, a little bit more knee bending, and then we'll be done. All right? Let's go. Inhale, relax. Your body drape over the leg. One more. Inhale. Relax. Your body drape over the leg. A little bit of knee movement. Knee, chest, straighten. Knee, chest, straighten. Knee, chest, straighten. That's 3. Knee, chest, straighten. That's 4. Knee, chest, straighten. That's 5. 30 seconds. Let's do it. 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20. Again, if your knees are achy, you can give them a slight bend. You don't have to keep them perfectly straight. As you get deeper and deeper into your stretch, as you approach the very, very end, you can feel free to straighten them out at the very end. All right? 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All right, we are done with our hamstring stretch. Whew, that was intense. And it's really intense because we got other stretches that require the hamstring stretch. So we prepare them to the best of our ability so that we can do the other stretches a little bit better. All right? That is our first stretch. Don't worry, the rest of the stretches aren't nearly as crazy. Let's get into stretch number 2. We're doing the butterfly. All right? You can get rid of your knee cushioning. We don't need it anymore. The dog toy goes over there. Flip flop goes over there. And what I want you to do is sit down on the ground with your butt
your hips, your low back, your shoulders, your head up against the wall. I am not against the wall, but I want you to get against the wall. Okay, do as I say, not as I do. Next, we're gonna take our feet, we're gonna bring them together, we're gonna pull them in towards our groin until we get into a position that looks a little like this. All right. Once you are here, what I want you to do is focus on bringing your knees down into the ground. When you do this, you're going to feel more of a groin stretch, and that is our goal. So from here, I want you to use your glutes and your outer thighs to help pull your legs open. All right. If you're new to the show and you're like, I have no idea what you're talking about, how do I use my glute muscles? How do I use my outer thigh muscles? Don't worry about those details and specifically which muscles you're trying to use. Focus on two things. One, the stretch here in the groin is getting more intense. Your knees kind of move down towards the ground. As long as it's going in the right direction, you're perfectly fine. We're going to make it a little bit more intense. All right, we're going to take a third step. We're going to take our hands, we're going to apply a little bit of pressure to the inside of our knees. We're going to try and push our legs down deeper into a stretch. Take a second to shift your hips again in case you slipped out of position. And let's go. 30 seconds. 29, 28, 27, 26, 25. As you exhale, see if you can push your legs down a little bit deeper. 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. That is our stretch. Relax. If you were flexing your muscles, let those go. If you were pushing down really hard, release them. And if your wrists are tired, you can flop them around real quick. We're going to also shake out our legs. All right. Take a second, see if you can shake out your legs, wiggle them, flop them until they sort of flap like they're the wings of a real butterfly. And when you're ready to move on, we're going to move on into our third stretch, the standing pancake. All right. The standing pancake looks a little bit like this. We are going to open up our legs decently wide. Doesn't have to be crazy. If you can get to about 60 degrees, you're doing great. All right. If you're feeling pain already in your hips, stop. Bring your legs in together just a little bit. See if you can do a little wiggle without pain, and then you're ready to continue. All right. When you're ready, bring the belly button down towards the ground. We're folding. Wee. Ugh. As soon as you get stuck, that is your starting position. Okay. From the side, it's going to look a little bit like this. Legs decently wide, folding forward. The goal of this stretch is to bring your upper body between your legs. It is really hard, and that's why we're doing it in this variation, because gravity gets to pull your whole body down. So to make gravity work harder for you, ow, I just smashed my ankle into the thing. Oh, okay. To make gravity work harder for you, you can extend your arms past your ears, past your head, get your biceps by your ears, and next time you exhale, see if you can get a little deeper into the stretch. If that's not enough for you, feel free to hold something, a small dumbbell, a water bottle in your hands, and see if that helps bring it down a little bit deeper. All right. For most of us, that's enough to get you started. If you want, you can open up your legs a little bit wider to get into a deeper stance, and that'll make your pancake a lot harder because you're going to feel it more in your inner thighs. All right. What else? If you're regular, feel free to grab your shin bones and pull yourself into a deeper stretch. That is going to be really hard, so you don't have to do that if you're brand new to the show. Cool? In general, keep your back relatively straight. Cool? 30 seconds. Let's go. Fold. Bring the belly button down. Belly button down. Belly button down. Belly button down. If you're new to the show, extend those arms up in front of you. Help gravity pull you down into the ground. If you're a regular, pull on those legs. Fold yourself flat. 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6,
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All right, that's it. Put your hands down on the ground. Oh, if your inner thighs are really tired right now from how wide your legs are, slowly wiggle your toes in, wiggle your heels in towards the center of your body, toes in, heels in, until your feet are together. Then you can slowly push off your legs, and come back into standing. Our third stretch, the standing pancake, has two main muscles you're going to be feeling. All right. The first one is these inner thigh muscles. The wider your legs, the longer you spend there, the more tired these muscles are going to be. The other place you're going to feel it is in your hamstrings. If you fold forward like this, you're going to feel a hamstring stretch. It doesn't matter if your legs are together or if your legs are super wide apart. As long as your hips are folding forward like this, your hamstrings are going to let you know they're getting stretched. All right. That's our third stretch. We're going to move on to number 4. I'm pretty sure this morning we talked about the figure 4 stretch. So let's do figure 4 again. In the figure 4 stretch, we have the same fundamentals as a pigeon stretch. So if you prefer the pigeon, feel free to do that instead. All right. We're taking one leg, we're crossing it over to this shape. So we're looking like the number 4, right? If I was wearing solid colored pants, it'd be a little bit more obvious, but my pale legs against the darkness of everything else, very confusing, I know. Whatever. This is number 4. We're grabbing that ankle, we're bringing it up to our belly button, we're bringing our belly button down to that ankle, and we're getting to this position. You should feel a stretch here in the side of your hip. You should feel a stretch a little bit here in the inside of your leg in the hamstrings. And you should feel a little bit of pressure here when you're actually doing the folding. All right. That is the basics. Now we're going to get into the actual figure 4 stretch. All right. In the figure 4 stretch, we're lying on our backs. We get to chill. All right. Come on down. Lay down. Oh, relax. Oh, take a quick breath. Chill. Don't fall asleep though. That's bad. That's not what we want. But you can relax for a second. Whew. All right, let's continue. Taking one leg, we're crossing it over the other. We're making this nice triangle. All right. We're gonna take the arm from the crossed leg side. We're gonna reach through that triangle. We're gonna take the other arm. We're gonna wrap around the other leg, and we're gonna try and pull ourselves into this position. We're grabbing the knee. Okay. This is our starting position. I want you to breathe for a couple of seconds. I want you to see if you can pull that leg in towards your chest, nice and slow. And then we'll begin. Inhale, exhale. Pull that leg in a little bit. Inhale, exhale, pull. One more. Inhale, exhale, pull. And we're ready to begin. 30 seconds. Let's go. 29, 28, 27, 26. So what makes the figure 4 unique compared to the pigeon is that you have to do all the work. You're pulling the leg in to your chest. 25, 24, 23. At some point, you might be putting a lot of pressure on your knee. You might feel a little achy. I recommend you take your palm and just cup your knee, or maybe stick the knee into your elbow and pull on it directly. Pull it into your chest. That should take some pressure off the knee while making your stretch actually deeper. All right. 15, 14, 13. Keep breathing. Don't hold your breath. 12, 11, 10, 9. I know your arms are tired. Keep pulling. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All right, relax. Oh, whew. That is half of our 4th stretch. We got to do the other side. So come on over. Let's get ready. We're taking the other leg. We're crossing it over. We're reaching our hand through the triangle. Other hand is going around. We're grabbing that leg just below the knee and we're pulling it in. All right. Inhale, exhale, pull. Inhale, exhale, pull. Inhale, exhale, pull. And we're ready to begin. 30 seconds. 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24. Again, if you're feeling that tension in the knee, feel free to pull the knee in directly instead of using the ankle to apply force to the knee. That is overkill.
Oh, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16. If you're on your back, if you're doing the figure four, keep on pulling that leg into your chest. 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Oh, relax everything. Ah, if your arms are super tired right now from pulling your body in, that is completely normal. The reason why the figure four is awesome is because you can control exactly how much tension you're putting into the leg. You can't do that as easily in the pigeon stretch. But the con is after a certain while, you're just gonna be pulling and your arms are gonna get real tired. Right? So if you find that you prefer the pigeon and you want to do more of the pigeon, feel free to do that. I just rubbed my ankle across the floor really hard, and by floor I mean carpet. I just got like a really intense carpet burn. I feel like I only moved like 3 inches. How Whew. Okay. Well, that was intense. We're going to move on into our fifth and final stretch. We're going to do some side splits. All right. If you've never done side splits with me before, don't worry. We're going to break it down into lots of little tiny pieces, and I'm going to repeat them over and over again, much to the sadness of a lot of people, I'm sure. But we'll make sure that you can come in, you can follow along, and you can get up to speed right away. Cool? So don't worry about the details. Take it nice and slow. If anything feels crazy, you can always stop. Cool? All right. Is there anything else I need to say? We're doing 45 to 60 minutes of live side split stretching and hip mobility work. We do this every single day to practice consistency. And if you like side splits, if you like hip mobility, you like consistency, and need help practicing it, hit follow, hit subscribe, keep coming back. We're live every day at 9 p.m. Eastern. Cool? All right, let's go. Side splits. Come up into standing. Bring your butt up against the wall. This is not a wall. I'm against a big wooden thing. You don't have to worry about the big wooden thing. Just get your butt to a wall. Cool? When your butt is against the wall, I want you to take half a step forward. Nothing crazy, not a big, huge step, just a tiny little half step, little baby step. All right? When you're there, I want you to open up your legs, and we're going to get ready to get into some side splits. All right? Open up the legs. Make sure there is no pain in the hips. If you're feeling discomfort already, stop. Focus on the belly button. Fold forward. Fold. Wee. Ooh. I might have said something, if you're feeling pain, stop, and then fold forward. What I meant is stop, bring your legs in just a little bit, and then you're ready to fold forward. From here, if you can stick your hands down on the ground, we're ready to continue. All right. If you cannot, feel free to elevate your hands. Here I have a yoga block for a little bit of hand support. You can use a small stool. You can use a chair, rest your elbows on it. You can use a coffee table, whatever you want, as long as it's a little bit stable, it's a little bit sturdy, and it's not going to collapse underneath you. We're ready to continue. All right. So once you are here, open up your legs a little bit wider. All right. We talked about this hip pinching pain a couple of seconds ago. In order to prevent it, to make sure it doesn't come back throughout the rest of the stretch, what we're going to do next is called external rotation of the leg. All right. What I want you to do is notice that your knees are kind of pointing forward right now. And I want you to rotate the whole leg backwards 90 degrees so that your heels are down, your toes are up, and your knees are pointing up. They look a little bit like this. Boom. Heels down, toes up, knees up. All right. We got to do this on both sides. Heels down, toes up, knees up. I'm standing up right now, so you can see my legs doing the thing I'm telling you about. You probably want to be doing this from this position with your hands on your hand support. All right. From here, you're already in a side split. Congratulations. You might be a little bit high, but that's okay. We're going to get deeper right now. Take a couple seconds. Inhale. Relax. See if you can sink a little bit deeper. One more. Inhale. Relax. See if you can sink a little bit deeper. Rest your butt up against the wall and sink a little bit deeper. Whew, 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 whew. As you drop down along the wall, make sure that your hands are close to your hips, your hand support are close to your hips, so that you're as close to the wall as possible. We want you to basically be sandwiched between your hand support and the wall to keep you stable, to keep you feeling strong, secure, and keep you from feeling like you're going to lose control. All right. When you feel like you're in control, it's much easier for you to relax. And that's what we want. We want muscles to relax to let us get deeper into the stretch. So once you're feeling good, we're going to do a little lean to the right, a little lean to the left, a little lean. Whoop. I fell backwards. Whoops. That might happen. That's okay. Come back up into your split setup, and hopefully your floor is less slippery next time. Whew. Back to your heels. Butt against the wall, hands down. Slowly lean to the right, lean to the left, lean to the right, lean to the left, and come on down a little bit deeper. Cool? Once you're as deep as you can get, we're ready to start our side splits. You can just hang out where we are right now. If your knees are pointing up, your toes are pointing up, your head is kind of basically pointing up, we're ready to go. 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Keep breathing. Don't hold your breath. Add a little lean to the side if you can. 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. That is it. Walk your hands forward. Ooh, bring your legs underneath you. Grunt, groan, make as many sound effects as you need to. That is our first side split. Pause. Take a break. Chill. Relax. All right, we just put a whole bunch of tension into our hips, into our legs. We're gonna pause for a second. We're gonna come up into standing. We're gonna shake out our legs. We're trying getting loose, and then we'll get back into side split number 2. All right. If you don't know, we're doing 3 rounds of side splits, and there's 2 more. So get ready to shake it out. Come back into standing. Shake out your ankles. Take it nice and slow, and shakety shake, 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 shake. Flop, 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 flop. Okay. What I want you to do is shake, shake a little bit more, shake a little bit more. What we are trying to do is make sure that our feet are going to all the crazy places that they can get into with as little muscle engagement as possible. What that means is, and you can switch to the other side, is if your feet are going to crazy places, your muscles have to be relaxed enough to let those feet get to crazy places, right? If you are having that happen, your muscles got to be relaxed, at least enough for your legs to go to crazy places. So as you shake more aggressively, as you find it more comfortable to shake even more aggressively, your muscles have to be more and more and more and more and more relaxed. And that is all we care about. Relaxation. Take a couple of quick steps. Do a little bit of walking. See if you feel better than before when we just came out of this and you're like, "Ugh." That's a good sign. We're gonna move on into our hips. Okay, I'm gonna kick this yoga block out of the way so I don't trip on it. Put all your weight into one leg, big toe of the other leg down. Focus on rotating the leg in and out, and in and out, and in and out, and in and out, and in and out. Whew. Other side. All your weight in one leg, big toe is down. Rotate the knee in and out, and in and out. The only thing that's moving is this thigh bone where it connects into your hips. All right. We are going to start with building some strength, some control. First, I'm shaking my hands like I'm taking a run, but you don't need anything other than the muscles around your hip to do this. All right. Take a couple of seconds, shake it out, do a little wiggle, do a little dance. When you're feeling a little bit looser, we're going to get ready to get into side split number 2. All right. Stand with your butt against the wall. Take half a step forward. Open up those legs. Make sure there's no pain in the hips. If there's pain, bring your legs closer together and let's fold. Bring the belly button down. From here, see if you can put your hands on the ground. If you cannot, or if you just don't want to, feel free to elevate your hands. Yoga block, coffee table, small stool, chair, they're all good. Cool? From here, we're going to open up our legs a little bit wider, and then we're going to externally rotate them so that the heels are down, the toes are pointing up, and the knees are pointing up. We do this to make sure our thigh bones don't smash into our hip bones, they don't cause us more pinching pain in the hips. And then we're going to let our butt slide down along the wall while using our hand support and come on down to the ground. Cool? Inhale, relax. Sink a little bit deeper. Inhale. Relax. Sink a little deeper. Do a little lean to the right, little lean to the left. See if you get a little bit more range. And now we're going to change up our stretch just a little bit. All right. Once you feel like you've reached your maximum for the moment, I want you to walk your hands forward just a little bit. So it looks like your hands are underneath your shoulders. It looks like you're about to do a push-up. All right. When you're here in this position, your knees are going to kind of be pointing upwards at about a 45-ish degree angle, and you're going to feel more of a stretch here in the inner thigh. That is what we want. We're ready. 30 seconds. Add another little wiggle. See if you can get just a little bit deeper, and let's begin. 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. That's it. Walk your hands forward, pull your legs in underneath you. That is our second side split. Whew. Ah, chill, relax, and when you can, slowly come back into standing. All right. Ah. Remember how I said you can grunt and groan? Please, please make as many sound effects as you need to. Stumble around like a drunk penguin for a little bit. We're gonna get ready to shake our legs out. Let's go. Shake, 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 shake. Shakety, shake, 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 shake some more. You can start nice and gentle and pick up the intensity as you find it comfortable. All right. Once you do a little bit of shaking, shake out the other side. Shake, 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 shake. The more you shake, the more often you shake to try and practice relaxation, the faster your brain will understand what you're trying to do, and the faster it'll start relaxing. Cool? So this will get faster and faster and faster over time. Once your legs are shaken out and you're feeling like you're able to move a little bit smoother, let's get into the hips. All your weight is in one leg, big toe is down. We're going to start with the basics. Bring the knee in, bring the knee out. In and out. Really focus on bringing that knee to almost touching the other knee, opening out that hip so you're opening out that leg so that your knee is pointing basically directly that way, and building strength and control in this position. The reason why we're building strength and control is because eventually we want to be able to use that to help our thighs relax. It is completely for fun. It's completely optional. There's no real need for you to shake your thighs out quite like this. So this is optional. All your weight is one leg, big toe is down, and with your knee slightly bent, we're going to rotate in and out and in and out and in and out and in and out and in and out. As you get faster, as you get more control, and you make sure your thighs are not carrying any tension because there's almost no weight on this leg. All of it is in the standing leg. You'll be able to get the thigh muscles to go as you shake. Right? It's not at all important, but it is fun to get your legs to shake. It's a quick test to let you know your thigh muscles are relaxed. All right. You can continue absolutely doing some version of way less intense this thing. Okay. Hopefully you're feeling a little looser because we're gonna jump into side split number 2. No, side split number 3. Right? Right? We just did side split number 2. Side split number 3. Let's go. Whew, butt against the wall. Take half a step forward. Open up those legs. Make sure there's no pain. If there's no pain, great. We're folding. Bring that belly button down to the ground. Stick your hands down if you can. If you cannot, elevate your hands with a foam block, with a stool, with a chair, with something sturdy and stable. And let's drop our hips. All right. We're going to rotate our legs. Boom. So that our heels are down, our toes are up, our knees are pointing up. We're going to breathe. We're going to relax. We're going to let our butt slide along the wall so that we can get some support as we fall deeper into our stretch. Use your hands in front of you for a little bit of support. Bring your hands in closer to your hips so that you really focus all of the weight into the legs. And breathe, relax. Lean a little to the right, lean a little to the left, lean a little to the right, lean a little to the left. Get a little bit deeper. And when you're ready for the side split, we have options. All right, we did the first one where our butt was against the wall and we're a little bit more straight up and down. You're going to feel that stretch more in your hamstrings. We did the version where we walked our hands forward just a little bit, so you feel more of the stretch on the inner thigh. All right, pick whichever version you want to do. Just get into position and we'll hold for 30 seconds. You ready? Let's go. 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25. If at any point you feel like you can go a little bit deeper, feel free to take that range, go a little deeper. 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. That's it. We're done. Walk your hands forward. Oh, pull your legs in underneath you. This is our third and final side split. We just did all of the hard stuff. It's time to chill out a little bit. Breathe, chill, and if you can, slowly come back into standing. We're going to shake out our ankles, shake out our hips one last time. Ankle, 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 ankle. Ankle, 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 ankle. Ankle some more. Other side. Ankle, 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 ankle. Ankle, 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 ankle some more. Hips, all your weight is in one leg, big toe is down. We're bending the knee, bring the leg in and out, and in and out, and in and out. Other side, in and out, and in and out, and in and out, and in and out. Do a little shake, do a little wiggle, flop around, get loose. A lot of your muscles are working real hard to support your body weight, including your arms, so you can give them a little shake, a little flop, a little wiggle as well to help them relax. And we're done with those. Let's get into some quick joint checks and wrap up. All right, we're gonna slowly move our hips. And do some hip circles. Lean into it. Come on around. Oh, Whew. Keep on going. Slowly work your way into a deeper and a deeper and a deeper and a deeper hip circle. Oh, feel the stretch in these crazy angles. Right after the side splits, I tend to feel a huge stretch in the left and right side of the hip. If you feel that there as well, feel free to spend some extra time there. All right. If you're otherwise doing okay, you don't have to do these at all, actually, but switch directions. And when you're feeling a little bit better, let's do a quick high knee. Make sure those are working, and let's do some calf raises from a squat position. All right. What I want you to do is bring your feet directly underneath your hips, not super wide, not super narrow, because that messes with your balance a little bit. Just nice underneath your hips. Cool. We're gonna pop into a squat. From the side, I want the squat to look a little like this. All right. You can keep the butt a little bit higher, and I want you to almost be leaning forward and falling forward. Cool? Next, we're gonna take these knees. We're gonna try to push them over our toes. Okay? When you do that combination, you're really gonna feel like you're about to tip over. The reason why we want this is because it forces your toes to kick in, forces your toes to grip the ground, and forces the arch of your foot to kick in to keep your foot nice and stable to keep you from falling forward. All right? Now that your feet are engaged and your quads are crying out for help, put your hands down for support if you need it, and let's do some calf raises. Up and down, and up and down. We are trying to balance our weight between our first and our third toe, and trying to bring our heels straight up and down, and straight up and down, and straight up and down. When your calves are ready to give up, when your quads are ready to give up, we're ready to stop. All right? We just forced our toes, our feet, our Achilles tendon, our ankles, our calves, our quads, our knees, our hips, our low back to work really well together. And all those tendons, all those muscles, all of those joints, hopefully, will work them well together. And it's a good sign that you're probably ready to go do whatever else you got to do for the rest of the day. All right, joint check complete. Thank you, everybody, for coming in, practicing a little bit of consistency, working on your side splits, working on your hip mobility with me today. We are all wrapped, and it is exactly 10 o'clock. Man, I'm slowly working on shrinking the live. At one point, we were hitting like an hour and 20 minutes pretty consistently. I've shed off 20 minutes, and it seems like we're doing okay. Nobody is going, Ken, what the heck are you talking about? Can you explain that more closely? So, hopefully, I haven't eliminated too much valuable information. If you got any questions, feel free to throw them in the chat now, and I'll go through some more stuff and see if there's something I need to add back into the show. Otherwise, we're done. It is 1 hour in. I'm gonna sit down for some Q&A, and then we'll wrap up. Cool. All right. Whew. Oh wait, actually, I got stuff to tell you guys. Tomorrow morning at 9 p.m. Sorry, tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. So in about 20. No, that's not even true. What time is it? It's 10 p.m. Tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. That's the 11 hours. In the 11 hours, we have another live, and that is the live that we do on Sunday mornings to start the day. Okay? Monday through Sunday, every single day of the week, we have a 9 p.m. live right now, this time. And at 9 a.m. on Saturdays and Sundays, that is when we start our days with some lives. All right. So if you want to get some early morning exercise in tomorrow morning, we have one more live tomorrow. All right. Other than that, it's all evening lives until next weekend. So now that you know that, and now that you know the timing of the lives, I also want you to know that I make some other content. All right. The lives are a big part of my day, but I also make videos that are of a similar nature. My goal is to help you guys practice consistency, right? A little bit with the hip mobility, a little bit with the side splits, but most importantly, I want you to see fitness as opportunities everywhere. If you're at home, you have a coffee table, you have a dining table, you have some stairs, you have some stools, you have a floor, you have a wall. Those are all things that can help you get a great workout in, right? And you don't need that much time. For most people, your body weight is plenty to get a really, really good workout. If you have 2 minutes waiting for your coffee to boil, your microwave to heat up lunch, your ramen noodles to soak in the hot water until they become soft. If you're waiting for some amount of time, 2 minutes is a crazy amount of time to do push ups for. 2 minutes is a crazy amount of time to do squats for. 2 minutes is a crazy amount of time to do calf raises for. Any one of those exercises, if you did for half of that amount of time, is going to help you feel real good and you should absolutely do it. All right. So if you're ready doom scrolling while you're waiting for those things to happen, make sure to hit follow, hit subscribe, let my other pieces of content come up into your feed, give you a little daily reminder to get a little bit of exercise, to see your home creatively, to see your parks creatively, to see the whatever place you hang out creatively. And I hope you get a little bit more exercise without feeling like it's a big burden so that you have a little bit more fun with it. All right. Whew. Josie says, my third night in a row. Thanks for this. Amazing. Congratulations. Um, Suri asks, should we do cardio before we do stretches? Um, it's not necessary. It's completely up to you. If you want to do cardio before we do stretches, if you're going to go for a run or something beforehand, the hip cars will be really good for you to do right after. So it is a great thing to transition right into. The hip cars are the first warm up exercise we do as part of the workout. Cool. Um, Happy Apple says, I missed the session. Again. It's okay. Don't worry about it. You might want to set an alarm though. 9 p.m. every single day. If you want to set a reoccurring calendar thing, that would be easy to get a little ping every day when it's about time to start. If you were busy, you had something to do, and you missed the session, that's totally fine. My goal here is to be supportive, to help you guys practice consistency, to make sure I also practice consistency, because it's not just you guys, right? Like, because you're here, I am also trying my best to make sure I stay consistent for you. And where am I going with this? I'm helping you stay consistent. And if you can't do something for any given day, for a really good reason, that's not a reason to not be, I mean, that's a reason to not be consistent with this thing. You got something more important to do. That's totally fine, right? Like, it's normal. That's okay. Everything's all right. Cool. All right. Flourish with me says, thank you for the session. Of course. Suri says, you have a good voice for guided meditation. Thank you. This is my, I talk too much because I hung out with friends voice, so I'm extra gravelly. And my throat is dry because I talked too much today. So that's funny. Chevelle says, thanks, Ken. Good night. Good night, Chevelle. Josh True says, 2 sessions of side splits back to back feels amazing. Oh, really? Wow, that's crazy. Okay. This morning we wrapped pretty fast too. It was about an hour and five before the Q&A kicked in, and this morning, or just now, it was about an hour before the Q&A kicked in. You did 2 hours of live side splits, man. That's crazy. Or sorry, I guess side splits because the first one wasn't live. It was just recorded live. And you're feeling amazing. Does that mean I should do more side splits? I don't want to do more. Flourish with me says, wow. Okay. Oh, Suri gave another compliment. You have an excellent voice for guided meditation. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Rico Thinks I have nice legs. Thank you. And let's scroll. What else we got? I'm looking for questions, comments. Marcellus says, "Good evening. Welcome back." Josh is like, "No, I like the repetition because it gives me a free break." You see, I've never thought about it that way. I recognize that I pause for a bunch of times so that I can, get all the words out. But now that you've mentioned that it's like a free break, that makes a lot of sense. I've been trying to squeeze more talking into the 30-second countdown and trying to be better about like keeping a good pace with the 30-second countdown. And obviously, that's a little bit of a pain in the butt because I'm trying to balance two things at the same time, and my brain is distracted. So that sometimes it's hard. I go, wait, what number did I just get to? But seeing it as an opportunity to rest a little bit is not a bad idea. Cool. Thank you for the feedback, Josh. All right. Scrolling, 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 scrolling. RXP says you have good leg muscles. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I do this live every single day. All right. I do this live 9 times a week. And I don't typically do much else for my legs for exercise. So, um, if, oh, actually, I sometimes run with my girlfriend. That I have not done in 2 weeks. And recently, one of my left leg's tendons is feeling a little tender, so I'm probably not going to run with her for a while longer. But other than that, I almost don't do anything else for my legs. So, if you want another good possible outcome from doing the hip car stuff, that might be something. Travel with Roxy says he'll check comments during the Q&A after he's done with the workout. Okay, let's see. What does RXP have to ask? Do 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 do. How to make a strong knee if it's hurt? Ah, okay. Um, there's a whole bunch of really good knee strengthening people on the internet. You should definitely go check them out because they're going to be a much more reliable resource than me because I don't focus on the knee stuff. All right. I did, however, just release a video talking about the four main knee exercises that I do or that I did to help my knee get a little bit stronger. That is available over on YouTube. The username on YouTube is splits on the side. So same exact username as on TikTok. And if you're on YouTube, you can check out that video too. Cool. Um, there's four exercises: the ATG split squat, calf raise, knees over toe calf raise, and tibialis raises. Those are the main four. Um, if you check out the knees over toes guy, so the knees over toes guy, as one super word, no space, no caps, username. He has a whole entire web of videos basically focused on helping people strengthen their knees. You should definitely check out his content. Knees over toes guy. Otherwise, you can search Ben Patrick, knees over toes guy. That should probably work. All right. I think we are about to have a couple of people come back because I am blocking the main entrance. Hey, what's up? Oh, bye. uh, where am I going with this? Ben Patrick, knees over toes guy. Definitely check him out. But in general, make sure that you're slowly building up strength across the whole entire range of motion of your leg, right? You can start incredibly gentle. You can start with no pressure whatsoever, and you can slowly build up to having a little bit of weight, more weight, a lot of weight, until you're feeling like Superman. You have bulletproof knees, all right? Rep RxPS. How many hours do I exercise in a day? Um, Usually, I think Travel actually answered this. Usually, the majority of my exercise is happening on these lives. I have a pull-up bar at home that I occasionally just jump up to, do a couple of pull-ups here and there. I take the stairs a lot as part of my normal life. So whenever I need to go do something, I'm on stairs, and that helps, right, without feeling like it is a big burden. And when I can, I try my best to walk to things that are relatively close by. If it's a 10-minute walk versus a 2-minute drive, I try to walk the 10 minutes instead. So I make some little decisions, and usually they help to make my life a little bit more exhausting. I'm just kidding. They count a little bit more as exercise, without feeling overly burdensome. That doesn't mean I always, you know, park half a mile away from like the grocery store or anything crazy like that. Just, when it makes sense, when I have time, I try to do things a little bit harder for me so I can get a little bit of exercise in. Cool? All right. What else we got? Chase says good so far. Josie says lagging at times. Oh no, that's a bummer. Thank you for letting me know that it was lagging because I was not close enough to the camera to read those chats. Sorry about the lag again, everybody. And it seems like nobody's complained about the lag since pretty early, so hopefully that's okay. Honest says your internet is exercising. Great, great. What a joke. Bada 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 ba. Do ba do ba do ba do ba do. And I think that is the majority of the old chat. Guardian is asking. Oh, Miss B says this is every day for how many minutes? This goes for about an hour every day. We wrapped up exactly at 60 minutes today. And Guardian says hi. I think that is the majority of the chat. I think we are done over on TikTok. Oh, sick. All right, I'm gonna scroll down to the bottom and see if we got anything else left. Um, what are the benefits of doing body rocks? And Flourish with me says I definitely want to do this again. Amazing. You should definitely come back and join again because this whole show is really about building consistency. All right. Side splits, hip mobility, the physical things we're doing, those are all awesome. Those are really great. Better hip mobility, moving better is always going to be valuable. It's going to help you live a better life in general. But the most important skill that we're building here is showing up consistently. And I am saying this because I've wanted to do the side splits for like 15 plus years, and every single year around like New Year's, I do some research for like way too many hours on YouTube. I build my favorite super badass, super awesome plan, do it for like 3 days, and then I don't do any more training for like half a year, right? And that is how my side splits journey has been for like 15 years. Every year, maybe twice a year, I do like three really intense exercise like workouts, and then I don't do any more for the whole rest of the year. Then I'm going, oh, it's the New Year's again. I'm gonna get side splits this year, and nothing ever happened because I wasn't able to be consistent with my training. Even though I had all the information, I had already built my perfect plan, and I watched all these YouTube videos. This show exists because it's the opposite of that. You don't have the craziest plan. You're not going to be super ultra ridiculously sore. It is designed to be doable very often. I do this show live 9 times a week. And the reason why we do it this way is because I know if I set time aside every single day, this is just how I spend 9 p.m. This is how I show up at 9 p.m. Makes it a lot easier for me to stay consistent. And hopefully, some of the ideas that help make this life possible are things you can take into your own life, right? If you're trying to build flexibility and hip mobility and that stuff right here on the live, great. Hang out, enjoy the live, get the workout in, keep coming back. But if you're trying to be consistent for something else, that's also great. Half of our consistency is basically just making sure we don't have anything else to do at 9 o'clock. Half of our consistency is just telling everybody we know, hey, I'm busy at 9 o'clock. Don't talk to me. I'm doing some side split. um, half, maybe not half, a portion of showing up every single day is the subconscious mind, right? At some point, once you've done enough of these, once you've shown up at 9 p.m., you've done your workout, and you keep on showing up, somewhere in the back of your head, you'll remember I'm really consistent. I am somebody who keeps on showing up. I am somebody who can keep doing hard things even though I don't want to sometimes, even though I don't feel like I have energy sometimes. And that is the real superpower here, all right? Building consistency, understanding how to trick yourself to be consistent so that you can go do the big, cool stuff that you actually want to do, right? Consistency is just a tool. So you can go do cool stuff. So flourish with me. I was like, why am I even talking about this? Please do join again. Practice a little bit of consistency with me. Prove to your brain, your subconscious brain, that you're a super consistent person, and then you can go crush everything else that you want in life. By the way, I care about consistency so much. I don't care if you actually do the side splits or the hip mobility with me. Okay, if you just need some goofballs on the internet doing something in the background who are trying to be consistent, who have a mission to show up and practice hip mobility and side splits, and you're gonna go prepare for a test or something, please. That works for me. I don't mind at all. feel free to use this time to prepare whatever you want. Vicky Guster asks, what are the benefits of doing body rocks? I assume the body rocks are talking about are these things, hollow body rocks. I don't know if that's what you're talking about, so correct me if I'm wrong. But a hollow body rock looks a little bit like this. We are keeping the core nice and strong. The low back is touching the floor, so there's no space underneath your butt. And when you rock, you kind of go wee and do something vaguely like this. Whew. Why are rocks useful? Well, when you are rocking from side to side, uh, there is some gravity, there's some momentum trying to get you to fall out of your uh, core tightness. It's, that rocking motion kind of makes you want to flop apart, so it challenges your core stability to hold you stable. Um, and that's the main thing. It also is kind of fun, right? If you're really bored, just go holding yourself in some sort of core thing like a plank. The body rock is just like a cool way to add a little bit of dynamic movement to a relatively not dynamic set of muscles. Core. Okay. Suri asks, how did you get into teaching fitness? Well, the main thing was I wanted to get a lot more consistent at doing side splits because I really want to do side splits. And so I started doing this live or a version of this live where I did a side splits workout every single day. And my goal was if I stayed consistent enough and I told everybody who found the live magically through the algorithm that I'm going to be here, I'm going to be practicing side splits and welcomed other people to come practice with me, then I would feel like there's like a community, there's other people I'm showing up for, and that would help me, the people pleaser that I am, show up and stay consistent. And luckily for me, that has worked really well. I have done hundreds of these daily side split lives. If you check out the YouTube live recordings on YouTube, there's got to be several hundred of them at this point. I have no idea how many there are, but I've been doing the YouTube lives and the TikTok lives probably almost a year at this point, maybe like 10, 11 months. So there's got to be several hundred. You can go check those out. But they didn't start on TikTok and YouTube. They started actually on Instagram to a very, very small, tiny community. And that whole thing started November 1st of 2024. So I've been doing this for quite a while. So if anything sounds like I super know what I'm talking about, it's probably because I've been saying something very similar every day for hundreds of days, maybe like 500 days at this point. All right. I got of experience. All right, what else we got? I think that is basically all the chat. We are ready to wrap. It is 10:20. Our live is every day, Monday through Sunday at 9 p.m. Eastern, which means we started an hour and 20 minutes ago. If you're interested in hip mobility, if you're interested in side splits, if you want to practice a little bit of consistency, have a little bit of help practicing consistency while making your legs move better at the same time, make sure to keep coming back because we're live every night. All right, hit follow, hit subscribe. I make other content about fitness at home, just around your life, integrating it into your life kind of smoothly, kind of naturally, not making it a big deal. And I hope while you're doom scrolling, you go, that's not a bad idea. I can use my coffee table to do some push ups. Great. I don't know why I'm being so sarcastic with my own content, but check that stuff out and hopefully you integrate a little bit more fitness, a little bit more movement into your life, and you feel better for it. Cool. Suri says, thank you for this community. Have a great night. Thank you so much for coming in. I think it's the first time I've seen your username in the chat, so thank you for being here. Thank you for engaging in the chat, in the community, and hanging out. I appreciate it. Cool. All right. That's it. I'll see you guys back in about 10 hours and 40 minutes for our final 9 a.m. live of the week because we're wrapping up Sunday morning with a live. I'll see you guys soon. Cool. Closing out. Hit follow, hit subscribe, do all those cool things. I'm closing out. I'll see you soon. Bye. It's not ending.